and St. Louis Media History Foundation are proud to present the achievements and contributions of this year's St. Louis Media Hall of Fame honorees, as well as 10 years of the St. Louis Media History Foundation.
7:15, quarter after 7 Monday with Charlie Brown, KXOK time.
That's Buddy Holly right there on the wonderful years of wonderful WIL and early.
It's the voice of John McCormick, the man who walks and talks midnight.
It's like opening a window and being able to look back in time 50, 60, 70 years and see what it was like back then.
When retired broadcaster Frank Absher started collecting local media memorabilia more than 30 years ago, he had no idea his hobby would eventually become a foundation to preserve St. Louis media history.
We have everything we can find that is of value to look back and see and hear the history of St. Louis media.
How much stuff do you have?
We have enough stuff to keep people busy for a long time.
If you're looking for the TV news, who are you gonna watch? Newsbusters!
We have extensive collections of materials about the history of radio, television, print, advertising and PR, and now digital. We're not a research library in a classic sense. We're not a museum. So we preserve it in a more popular way. We make digital copies and we make them available.
Hello there. I am Baron von Grimm.
Is part of the difficulty doing this work that a lot of, particularly radio stations and TV stations, just didn't save stuff?
Oh, that's absolutely a difficulty. When radio stations decided it wasn't worth saving and was all tossed, television stations too, videotapes, audio tapes went into the dumpster. In fact, when Gardner Advertising closed down, I was in dumpsters that night pulling stuff out.
In time, the Media History Foundation's collection became so large, it was housed in the Carpellis Library on Grand. And if that name sounds familiar, it might be because you had been watching the news on March 26, 2019, when the building caught fire.
Everything was lost in terms of the building. However, St. Louis Fire Department rescued all of our archives and all of our memorabilia, and we were able to store it in basements and condo units all over town.
There was some sports cartoons that were damaged, and there was some other stuff we had, like radio station t-shirts and stuff like that we couldn't get the smoke smell out of, but nothing really crucial, nothing important.
Now, thanks to the Kranzberg Arts Foundation, in the fall of 2020, the St. Louis Media History Foundation is opening its new headquarters at the Marcel Building in Midtown St. Louis. The archives will once again be open to the public by appointment.
Hi there, welcome into the Danny Dark Show on KXOK.
The St. Louis Media History Foundation does more than collect things. Each year, each of its halls of fame induct new members, many of them faces that might seem familiar, depending on how many lines there are in your face.
A big part of it is dedicated to preserving ideas, preserving memory, right? And so the Hall of Fame is an important part of that.
Somebody in my office says, "Hey, I voted for you for the Media Hall of Fame," and I go like, "What?"
One longtime member of the Advertising and PR Hall of Fame is Bob Kochan, who has been in the business 50 years. What does it mean to somebody, to you, to be inducted in a Hall of Fame?
I mean, it's quite an honor, and it's just one of those things where it's nice to have that tie to the past so that you don't forget the foundation and the building blocks on, where did we get to and why are we here today? It's built on the shoulders of a lot of those people that were around, 50, 80 years ago that most people don't even remember.
It's the Charlotte Peters Show with yours truly, Fred Bernard.
Well, you know, when you get this white hair on the top of your head and you say to yourself, all that stuff that's gone on in the past is gone. And then you realize, no, it's not.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Find it, you know, keep it, make sure you preserve it. That's the value, because somewhere down the line, somebody's going to say, I just saw you got a tape of my grandfather when he was on the radio. Can I come and listen to it? Yes, exactly. That's why we're here.
Now, who you gonna watch? Newsbusters. They ain't afraid of no news.